Cheers!
Cheers!
Here we are. Episode 33 of So This Happened.
So This Happened, episode 33.
We are so fortunate that Heather Geeson has allowed us to record today here in the lounge at Grow, the plant bar downtown. We're so excited to be here, so thank you, Heather.
Yes, thank you, Heather.
Thank you. And the whole Grow team. Like, everyone's amazing.
Yeah, they've been very helpful.
Yes. And then also we're happy to welcome our longtime friend, Jovana Vu, to the show. It's exciting.
So
I can't wait
happy
for
to be here.
today.
Welcome.
It's gonna be a
Long-time
great
listener.
conference. Yeah. You kind of helped us with this whole thing. I'm so excited to dive into that story too. It's going to be great.
Yes.
So today we're going to be talking about, building events together. We'll be talking about working with people you love and trust. And then we'll be talking about why collaboration has been such a big part of your whole business idea and how it's been your kind of secret sauce.
It has been, yes.
So excited. All right, so Jovana is, we've been friends for, I know, over a decade.
Yeah.
I think it might even be closer to 2 decades, actually. We're coming up on probably 20 years of friendship
And
here.
I think we met around your time of your wedding.
Yeah,
yeah. So
Yeah.
how long ago was that?
That began planning sometime in early 2023.
Yeah.
So that was 3 years ago for y'all. About
So
now in
so
2023,
we've only known
actually.
each other about that amount of time. But
Yeah.
because you're so close with Jen, it feels like I've known you longer.
Right?
Yeah.
And because I listen to the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and it's kind of cool because we have all worked together in a different capacity. Jovana, for my wedding, which was just almost 2 years ago now, she was our wedding coordinator, wedding event planner. She was the secret sauce to that. That's not even a play.
Yes.
And then Rachel, of course, was my maid of honor. So this is a team that is familiar with working together, which is awesome. I'm also excited too because you're joining us on the Digital Wichita team. So we'll be working with each other in that capacity.
I'm very excited.
Yes. Oh my gosh, it's going to be so much fun.
I think that's definitely going to shake up, the norm to have new teammates on there.
And such a fire event planner when our whole thing is like this big event that we do. I think it's definitely going to shake things up in the right way. So we're so excited to have you on Digital Wichita's
Thank you for having me. I can't wait. It's going to be amazing.
I love that we're filming this today at Grow because we're talking about collaboration. We're talking about growing relationships. So this is a very fitting setting for that. I love that this has come together kind of in a interestingly serendipitous way. Also, it's fun. Our story for the podcast kind of starts with a collaboration that we did with you at your daytime job at the hotel. And she also works for a hotel, which is so much fun. The spicy Savi bee.
Spicy Savi bee.
So let's talk about that. What spurred that conversation for you guys? And then I want to talk about how that whole thing came to be because that was so cool.
So Marriott often puts out collaborations social media-wise that they do, and the Spicy Savvy Bee was something that they were doing in the Courtyard brand.
Yeah.
And so I saw that kind of in the marketing material that they shared, and I thought, who better to do that with than people that love to drink wine and that I enjoy spending time with. So I thought it would be a fun collab, and it was a really fun evening.
It really was, yeah.
It was a spicy Savi bee. And then it got even spicier because then I was like, aren't we recording our first episode? And Jen was like, oh, you want to do this tonight? I was like, let's do it. And then we were like, okay, let's do it.
I was so proud of you guys for
Thank you.
Thank you.
Because so many times people talk about doing things.
Oh, yeah.
And that talk turns into a long time going. And
It took us 4 years.
That's okay. You finally did it and jumped in, and it's been amazing.
Yeah, you were part of that spark. So
thank you so much. So we got to cheers to that.
Yeah.
That was a great jumping off point for us. Very on brand. So we're going to start this off with what I love when we do this or that early in the episode is the things that we talk about kind of tends to return back into later conversations. Like a
That's what it
swirly
does.
whirly.
I feel like everything just ends up
thing.
tying together the way we, I don't know, it's just how it always works out with our
Yeah.
conversations. Even with guests that we've never met before.
Yeah.
It somehow just works out in
It
real
does.
life.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So the way this goes, when we have a guest on our podcast, you guys have seen this or that when we don't have a guest, and it's a competition.
Fiery competition. So
It's some people's favorite part of the show,
Yeah.
which is kind of fun.
it's a highlight.
When we have a guest, though, what we like to do, instead of making it a competition, we like to just make it a kind of like a conversation. So what I will do is I will read off the prompts, and then you tell us what your answer is and kind of why, and then I'll do the same, and then Rachel, you do you, and then we'll kind of keep going in a circle until we're done with it.
Yes.
The first one's kind of a warm-up situation. Would you prefer a solo project or a shared project?
Always shared project.
Yes. Okay.
I think that goes back to the collaboration. It's better when there's more people involved. You get more creativity.
Yes.
You just are able to divide the work, and not that often are you burnt out, I feel like.
That's
That's a good
true.
point.
When you're able to kind of depend on other people.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Your turn.
I feel like for me, I definitely love the collaboration. I feel like at work, for me, it's kind of a struggle. In my day job, because I do social media marketing, but I'm the only one that does my role. But at the same time, we're trying to work collaboratively as a marketing team and as a company.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes I'm so used to working on my own in that aspect that doing the shared project thing sometimes is like, but what if this doesn't go the way that I want it to?
Right.
Like my control situation comes into play. Like I think I am a little more type A than I like to admit that I am. And so I feel like I would like to think that I'm a very shared project type of person, because I've always touted collaboration over competition. But in some aspects, I feel like my comfort zone is very small. It's a dichotomy.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Thank you. What about you?
I definitely think this is the type of place for both. It's kind of like you are with work.
Yeah.
Whenever I have like a solid goal, if it's like, let's say like back when I was in college, a college project, or I've always done the whole group project myself.
Same.
Even when I tried to do it with a group, I ended up it's me. And I think I've told that story before too on the podcast with how that final project
Yeah.
went. But even
is Rachel lore.
Even then though, I did still have Jen's support and to back me up, because like the burnout, like when you're feeling burnt out, having someone to talk to about it, even if you're just talking about it, to get the ideas off your mind. So I think overall probably group. Because, for example, our podcast couldn't happen without both of us.
That's so true.
And it couldn't have happened without you, Spicy Savvy, being
so
spurring
right.
us up. So definitely shared project. I think exactly, just even that energy burst you can get from another person is just enough to have that reason.
That's right. There's a lot too when you have a bunch of different perspectives. To really fuel an idea. Like, oh, what if we did this? Why do we not do this? Or I heard that this could happen. Why don't we try this? Like things that I would never think of that is perfectly normal for maybe you. Like, oh my gosh, that would ginormously work in this instance.
Right.
It's wild how that works. That's the power of collaboration, and that's a beautiful thing.
Agreed.
Okay, the next one. Why would I even ask this?
Okay.
We had our little friend ChatGPT do this, but I'm gonna humor her. So, Jovana, do you prefer planning everything or letting the night unfold?
Oh, so work life planning, obviously, but personal life, I really love a good adventure.
Yeah.
My husband and I go out very often with no plan. We just have spontaneous date nights.
Yeah.
See where the night takes us, and we've had some of the best nights and best moments in those times. So
I love that.
I would say
too.
unplanned.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like Tim and I definitely lean that way as well. One of our favorite trips, we were just talking about this at brunch today, one of our favorite trips that we ever took was to Bentonville, Arkansas, where all we had done was booked the hotel, like the really cool 21C hotel there, but we didn't look up anything else about the city, like where the brewery, normally we're like, oh, where are the breweries, where are the cutesy local places, where's the vinyl shop. all of those kinds of things. We didn't look up anything. We got there, we had dropped our bags, and then we went and we walked around until we found like the first place that we thought looked like a cute place to eat.
Aww.
We stopped in there, we sat at the bar, we start talking to the locals, and then we start saying, okay, whatever the locals suggest is what we're doing for the night. And it ended up so much fun. We were like literally ended up in a speakeasy in the back of an old church. Like, how cool is that? Like,
Holy water.
like it's so cool. Like if you open your mind to adventure, like the coolest things can happen. So I definitely like to let the night unfold too.
I'm with both of you guys. I think as far as like, I find comfort in a little bit of a plan, but for example, me and my sister-in-law's trip to New Mexico, the only thing we planned were our first 3 nights in our first camp spot in Santa Fe, and then the rest of it, we did that. We asked our local, like our camp host, the groundkeeper guy, and then our other fellow campers that we met and ran into, like, they were like, what's your goal? And we're like, we're just going to go south and make it to White Sands, but what should we do on the way? And then we just heard about all these spots along the way and kind of hit whatever worked, and you know, like, and it ended up being so fun, even showering at all the loves that we could on the way, like, at the truck stop.
She came back and she's like, I love loves.
We love loves. They have clean showers and hot water, and and so it was like just figuring out how that works and everything, and it ended up being so fun. And same with just like a night in town too. I think having like a starting point, but being open and free enough to have the possibilities roll in, I think is good too.
Yeah. There's a lot to just opening up your mind and letting adventure invite itself in.
I mean, that's how a lot of our nights have even gone too. I feel like, I mean, or we'll be like, oh, actually, I think one of the first times we were going to start like recording somewhere was going to be here, or so many times, and then like, oh, we have to switch spots last minute because, like, you know, schedule shift or something.
That is right. It's been a couple of times that we've tried to do this. I love that it's happening now. I love this so much. Okay, big dance floor energy or intimate vibes?
Ooh. Big dance floor energy.
Yes.
100%.
Okay.
I'm married to DJ. If that says anything.
Fair.
I also used to be a professional dancer.
Oh,
Somewhat am still now. So
Oh my gosh.
yes, I've danced my whole life.
You dance.
So you're back to the belly dancing, is that right?
So I'm doing hula. So
hula, okay,
like
hula.
Tahitian, Polynesian. And we actually have a show at the end of March. I'll give you guys more details.
Awesome. Yes.
I'd love for you guys to come.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, and it's all the whole dance studio. So all different kinds of belly dance and ballroom and all the things.
Oh yes, we'll need
cool.
details for that.
Yeah, for sure. That sounds incredible. Love a good cultural night.
Yes.
For me, yes, dance floor energy for sure. I love dancing so much. I'm a former dancer as well, and Zumba instructor, which kind of ties into dance. Like they're definitely highly related. But I grew up in ballet, tap, jazz, but I love a dance floor so much.
Yeah, same dance floor energy. You know what? I didn't think about this till just now. Like, what's the other option? Intimate what?
Intimate vibes.
I've never had a slow dance in my life.
I just think they're.
I'm serious. I've never slow danced in my life. I really don't think I have ever.
They're nice, but I feel like it's nice for maybe 45 seconds, and I'm ready to go. Like, let's go. Like, I love hugging.
Like, maybe there was
Can we go?
Maybe there was one
like,
in middle school where my arms were stiff, you know, and we're like, maybe, but I don't even think that ever happened.
At church camp when they're like, leave room for the Holy Spirit.
No.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, there was a whole spirit could fit in between whatever I had going on. I don't even remember it. So,
oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever slow danced. Why bother? You burn more calories when you're actually dancing.
Yes. So much, so many endorphins. Oh, it's the best. I love it so much.
Agreed.
All right. So, trusting your gut versus trusting the process.
Trusting my gut.
Very good. Very good.
In my line of work, I'm already thinking of the 5 things ahead of time that could go wrong.
Yes.
And sometimes you just know.
You just know.
Yeah.
And you need to make a change or step in or whatever the case might be.
Yeah.
Instincts, I feel like, are a big part of just the flow of an event.
Yeah.
I think when you're as experienced as you are, like you have that it's you have the luxury of being able to trust your gut because you have that much history and experience behind you. You're the master of what you do. Like you've already foreseen all of the things that will go right or could go wrong,
or have experienced them and
Yes.
had to fix
You're
it
like,
in the moment
nope, this
or
will
pivot
happen.
in some way.
There's always going to be an unexpected person try to be weird.
Yes, always.
Never fails.
I imagine knowing your client or whoever the event's for also helps you like
Yeah.
know which way to pivot. And
Yeah.
being so like diverse and adaptable, not only to people and events happening and happenings at those events. I imagine that helps too.
I always tell my clients, like, I'm gonna make the decisions in your best interest
Yes.
unless it's day altering.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then
that's
in some
great.
cases, I don't even tell them if it's day altering. They
Right.
just don't even know.
Yeah, yeah, it's not there. That's
Much
why
appreciated.
that's why they hired you. Take the weight
I
off.
share a blooper reel about a week after the event. Something did happen. So,
That's good.
yeah.
These were the things that we were laughing at or worried about. Or
Right.
this stuff
Or your
happened in
venue
the
caught on fire,
background.
you didn't know.
Yeah.
That really happened.
Wild.
So,
Yeah. I think for me, at this point in my career and my life, it's definitely to a point where I can say also trusting my gut. Seen a lot. Social media changes every day, but a lot of the way it's gonna change. And like, so when I'm sitting in meetings and they're like, no, we should definitely do this. And I'm like, we should absolutely not do this. Why we shouldn't do this? Because this is going to happen if we do this.
Right.
Like, sure, I don't know. And I know that like everyone, like you guys probably have your strategy process and all that stuff, but that's not how social media is going to work. It's never going to work that way. And
Yeah.
it's just, people forget that social media is supposed to be social and not so tapped down and polished. And so that's the thing that I struggle with every day in my job is like reminding people that people appreciate the authentic vibes, not
vulnerability.
the vulnerability, the real stories, the real photography, the behind the scenes. We're not a print poster, with a menu.
It lets you know it's not AI.
Exactly. Yes.
Right.
Yes, because everyone is so like, is this AI? Is this AI?
No.
Like that's a big factor
I
in
see
it too.
a picture of a cute cat, and everyone's like, "That's AI." And I'm like, I don't care.
Like,
It's
how do
cute.
you even know? I love it, but still, yeah. So I feel like yes, at this point in my life and my career, I have the luxury of being able to say that I can trust my gut and really trust it.
Yeah, so trust my gut or trust the process. I mean, I think they kind of go hand in hand. Sometimes I will say I just go, I'm going to trust my gut and trust the process because my gut tells me to trust the process.
There you have it.
And then there's
yeah.
sometimes where I'm like, gut, what's going on today? And I'm like, I don't know. Let's just go with the flow. But as far as like in different events, like yes, I think I've gotten very strong at trusting my gut, even when that is to just like let it go and like just let what rolls happen. You know?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
This next one, this will be the last one. I love this one because it kind of like we both have husbands that are kind of in the same space that we're in very much. So working late together versus shutting work down at home, and I can see this working with me and you.
I
as
was
well.
like, where do I?
right?
So working late together or just shutting work down when you're at home.
I mean, there's a balance there, but
Yeah.
I do prefer to work late with my partner,
Yeah.
whether it's my husband specifically or somebody I'm working with.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes just taking that night and just getting it all done
Yeah.
or really
Yeah.
like brainstorming
Yeah.
ideas. And once you get into that flow, not wanting to stop,
That's true.
That it totally happens.
Yeah.
That's totally
that
what
creative flow
happens.
starts happening and you want
Yeah.
to just kind of get it all on paper or written down somewhere. So.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I love that zone so much.
It's
That
great.
zone is one of my favorite things, unless it springs up in a time when it's not supposed to, and you have to like
Timing it,
start
timing.
making notes.
Oh, gosh.
Like the idea will happen in a meeting that I'm not supposed to be talking in, and I'm like, write it all down, write it all down, write it all down. Yeah, like that creative flow is just something that it's so important to take advantage of.
Right. And we've been doing that a lot lately.
Yeah.
So excited to talk more about like this whole thing with you. It's so exciting. For me, it's fun because I feel like for me and Tim, it's the same way, and for you and I, it's the same way. It's very much the same. Like get in the zone, knock it out,
Yeah.
and then Like a lot of the time when Tim and I are working on something together, like the other night it was photography from the last couple of recordings. He shoots the photography and then he sets it up and lets me pick the photos and which ones I like and all that kind of stuff. And or we're working on a Visit Wichita situation together. But it's always like that late night is when we have the time to do that together. A lot of the times on the weekends we get caught up in like things like today where we have Vito brunch and then we have a podcast recording and then we're going to a Super Bowl party. It's like there's not that time. But during the week there is the time where we're like, okay, tonight we got to get this done. We're going to sit down, we're going to work on this, and the momentum flows. And I feel like it's a lot of the same way with you and I when we're like, okay, after we record this episode, we're going to talk about launching sponsorships, what merch looks like, these kinds of things, and where we want to go ahead with our podcast. Some of the behind the scenes stuff that you guys might be aware of, but you don't necessarily see the conversations.
Yeah.
So, but it's it is that late night kind of energy.
Definitely. Yeah. I think especially, and that's probably common for most people, is when do you really have time to think about things other than your day-to-day job or day-to-day life, whatever it is you're doing throughout your normal day of the week. Like it's going to be that after hours where your brain can, and there's that
make
switch.
Space for it.
Yeah. And there's that switch to like, so I will say, there's been days we fully plan on recording it. I come over and we're both just like not feeling it, and we're like, you know what? We just need to shut the laptop and just talk about it.
This is a planning
session, and so and I guess that's still working late and being creative, but I think there's room for both with it. Yeah. And I feel the same way. Just even in my own projects, I just generally get more creative at night. Or in the evening. Yeah. And then there's a time where it's like, nope, nothing's happening. But once you get that fire started, like if I'm out there with if my easel's out and my brain's going, I'm not going to put it away.
Yeah.
You gotta feed off that. Keep feeding the fire while it's hot. So I definitely think that we do that really well.
Yeah, I think so too. And it's exciting too when everyone's matching everyone's energy. I think that's a big piece of that.
Oh yeah, and even Tim's tied in too. I think one of the nights we were like, we just don't have we don't know what to do on our podcast recording today, and then Tim was like, well, how about this, guys?
Yeah,
let's go
like
to the lab,
and then that's right. Yeah. And then that's where we shot our first coffee break.
Yeah,
our bruise break. Yeah,
and
it was so perfect.
Yeah, it just all works out whenever we're again trusting the process and our gut.
And our husband.
All the trust.
So much trust.
And going with the flow.
Yeah. Right. I love that we're all on the same page on a lot of that. I am not surprised at all. But I do love that. Now it's time to dive into the Vu events backstory.
Ooh. It's actually an interesting backstory.
Yes,
so,
let's go.
Vu events as a brand is only like 3.5 years old.
Yeah, as old as.
But I've been doing events for 20 years.
Yes.
Wow. So how I started in events was, I love throwing parties. Give me a theme. I will throw a kid's birthday party, a bridal shower,
I love it.
You name it. But when I married my ex-husband, there was a venue here in town, no longer open. We won't name names.
Okay.
But it was a one-stop shop. So you literally paid them one lump sum. It was the venue, the DJ, the bar, the bartender, your transportation. They even decorated for you and provided your catering.
Holy moly.
And it was a terrible experience.
Oh no. It sounds so great.
It did, but just misinformation, like telling us to order more food than the guest count, like things that I know now I would have been like, absolutely not.
Right.
And so after that, the wedding was great. Obviously the marriage wasn't, but
everything happens for a reason.
But after that, I was like, if I could do this for one person and prevent all of these things from happening, like how wonderful would that be?
Right.
So I started doing it as a gift for family members and relatives. And then I did a cousin's wedding, and one of her bridesmaids reached out after and was like, hey, I'm getting married. Do you do this?
You're like, I did.
And I was like, I could.
And
I just started doing it. So I've never had a website other than Vu Events being branded. Mm-hmm. I've never had a website. I've never had, other than just my own personal profile. It's all been word of mouth and referrals for the better part of almost 20 years.
Collaborating.
Yes. And so in that time, I also started working in hospitality.
Yep.
Because new in my career, I found that if I worked for a company that was booking events, I didn't have to book my own events. I could learn all the inner workings of how an entire event goes together, even the catering, especially working for a hotel that does full service, so bar, catering, the whole shebang.
Yeah.
but they're going to pay me regardless of how many events are booked.
True.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I got into the
That
event
is
world
nice.
in the hospitality realm, and those have kind of been side by side pretty much for my whole career.
Yeah. I love that. Yeah, you really did get, so you get all the inner workings too, and then that gives you
Yes.
more experience too on the like other aspects of things, helping people like decide where to stay
Yeah.
and while they're in the area.
Yes, and just
Oh my
having
God.
that knowledge, because
Yeah.
some people don't know if
Yeah.
they've never booked a hotel room or hotel block.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, something
They
I
have
didn't
no
know.
idea what they're getting into. So just being able to educate consumers on that. But then also getting to work corporate events and conventions and
Yeah.
non-wedding related events. Because I think sometimes event planners get pigeonholed into, oh, you just
Wedding
do weddings.
plans.
Right,
Yeah,
that's
that's
like
a
everyone
fair
thinks.
point.
Right,
Yeah.
like I can plan an intimate event for 50 people, but I can also help with a 5,000 person event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
love
I have that
Ooh.
experience, but sometimes people assume that I don't.
Yeah. Oh,
Well,
I
it's
love
good to
that.
talk about that
And
then.
if you think about the variety of events that are out there, I mean, shoot, it could be like 10 people to, like you said, thousands of people.
Right.
Oh man, how many people do you think, how big of a team, or just you, to do 5,000 people? That's a lot. It's a really large
So these
event.
are more the citywide events.
Yeah.
So I was a part of the Tallgrass Film Festival for many years.
Yeah.
Was a captain for one of the galas for several years, and then I was on the board for a short time, but it was during COVID. That was an interesting
gosh,
time to be
yes.
involved in events.
Yes.
Wow.
For
But so it
sure.
takes a really large team, kind of like with Digital Wichita. Like
Yeah.
it's kind of a committee and then subcommittees to be able to put that kind of thing on. But then typically a lot of volunteers
Yeah.
and lots of planning to make it a successful event.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of, like, when it comes to events, there's like, day of is insane. Day of is insane. So it's so nice to, like, even like at Digital Wichita, we have the shock starters come and they do a lot of that, the volunteer work, like the registration.
Right.
And a lot of that background day of stuff that we don't even really think about until maybe a month before the day of, where we're like, okay, it's time to work on these teeny tiny little details. But you never know what's going to happen, you know?
Right.
And so it's nice to have the boots on the ground folks that are, like, they've been our volunteers for years, no matter where they are in the shock starter program. And so it's just good to have that extra extra
Well, and
help,
people that
you
already
know?
know what to expect,
Yeah.
or at least what the format
Gosh.
is so helpful.
Yes,
Yeah.
it really is.
I mean, shoot, I know, a lot of times, so back to weddings, but that's just because that was my personal experience with you at
Yeah,
Jen's wedding,
yeah.
as the maid of honor, there was no way I was getting ready, keeping everybody on time and all of that. Like you see in the movies, the maid of honor's like, oh, okay, we're going here at this time. No, Jovana just came in and was like, okay.
With her
Or-
team, she had a team.
Yes,
Yeah.
just made sure everything went so smoothly, at least that we saw. And then my little nervous head running around and being like, Joanna, I don't know what I asked you for, scissors or something simple.
Something in my emergency bag, I'm sure. I have.
Yes, exactly.
That's what those bags are for. So let's talk a little bit about, like, early lessons that you learned. Like, first off, the first one started with your first wedding.
Yes.
That early lesson of all encompassing is not necessarily it.
No, do your research. But
Yeah.
again, I've never been married before. My grandma
Right.
and my aunt were helping me.
Yeah.
We didn't know what we were doing. And I would say one big early lesson, and now when new event planners start, I often reach out and I'm like, hey, let's have coffee. I'm going to tell you everything not to do that I did. And one of those was working by myself. I used to do weddings. I don't know how I survived. Well, now I have a team of 2 or 3 assistants.
Right.
Oh, man.
But I would literally I remember one time we were at the Scottish Rite, which isn't open anymore for weddings, but
yeah.
somebody forgot something on the other side of the building before the ceremony, and so I was running through that tunnel that goes under the stairs
Oh my gosh.
for my life because I was by myself.
Yeah, you couldn't be like, hey, paging person on the other side.
Nope, just me.
Oh my gosh.
And then I think learning to say either no or be very clear about what you're offering.
Yeah.
In your packages, I do have in my contract what my hours of communication are.
Yeah.
Because sometimes people don't have boundaries.
Yeah.
You get an email at midnight and they're upset that you don't reply.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
So I
yeah.
have very
Boundaries.
clear boundaries on that. As well as I often find people decide to cut corners with other vendors, but then expect that to automatically be your job.
Oh, okay.
Oh my
And so just because
gosh.
you're not willing to pay for it with another vendor doesn't mean it's automatically something I do without additional.
Yeah.
Wow.
So being very
yeah.
clear with those things. But when I first started, everything was yes. Everything.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
happy to 200 napkins for you?
Oh
Sure.
my gosh.
Holy, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So sometimes it's hard lessons, and thankfully nothing was ever event ruining, but very stressful.
yeah. Superwoman.
Yeah, I was
Sure.
picturing you like running with a baton through the tunnel,
Right.
with that.
In my sparkly tennis shoes,
Oh
because
my-
that's my
yes.
trademark.
Yeah,
I
loved
learned
it.
early on. I tried to wear fancy shoes,
Oh.
look cute, and
Yeah.
that only took a couple of events to decide. A different
No.
plan. So
Gonna
I
get
try and
Bunyan's doing that.
I try and get sparkly tennis shoes, and that's kind of
I love
what
it.
people know me for. And,
Yeah.
I do.
And if they're sparkly, nobody notices they're tennis shoes.
It's
You
just
can wear them with a
It's
dress.
pretty.
Yeah. And they're fun.
So this is a good segue though, like into like why is it so important in your opinion to work with people that you trust, and why is that such a non-negotiable?
Well, I feel like when you work with people you enjoy, it makes the day. I mean, my day is like 15, 16 hours. Most
Yeah.
vendors aren't there the whole time, but when you're spending time with those people, you want to enjoy seeing them and communicating with them.
Yeah.
But also, I think in personal relationships and business relationships, it's fun to have fun with people. But I really think you need to choose the people you can do the hard things with.
Yeah.
So when
Yeah.
things are falling apart, who do you want to have there? Do you
Yeah.
want to have the level-headed vendor that you've known for 10 years that's like, okay, we're in this together, we're going to problem solve, or do you want the newbie that's running around?
They're like, oh my God,
I don't know
I
what's
can't.
happening. and I wouldn't say all newbies are like that, but just having the confidence in the people that you're booking.
Yeah.
I don't always get the luxury of helping and guiding couples in the vendors that they're booking, but when I do, I have preferred vendors that I'm always suggesting because I know what they're getting.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the part that's
When
so
sh-
important.
When shit hits the fan, who do you want in your corner?
Yeah,
Who do you
that's
want on your
exact-
team?
that's
And we never
absolutely
want to, think that shit's gonna hit the fan,
Yeah.
but that's the plan.
Well, let's be honest, it does.
Yes,
Like,
and on day of, your timeline becomes a guideline, and
Yeah.
sometimes half of it gets thrown in the trash. Like, that's just
Yeah.
how wedding days go sometimes.
Yeah.
And it could be no fault of your own. You could have the best vendor team in the world, and a crazy storm happens because it's
Yeah.
Kansas, or something happens that derails the day.
Yeah.
And you want a group of problem solvers who have experience
Yeah.
and are there for the couple
Yeah.
and the couple alone.
And,
Yeah.
They're in your corner.
Just in anything too, I agree with all that. And then just, I think also with the trust is like being able to communicate and trust. Like you
Yes.
know that that's a genuine response that somebody's giving you. Like me and
Right.
Jen, if plans change or something comes up or she's not feeling well or I'm not feeling well,
Yeah.
like we have that trust and communication
Right.
and understanding with each other that like we know we can make this work, and
Yeah.
we know that she understands what I'm saying and why I'm
Yes.
saying it, even when
Yeah.
we're making decisions about the podcast
Yeah.
or whatever. Like we trust each other with those things
Yes.
enough to where we run everything, our ideas by each other. But
Yeah.
even then, it's like, I trust you, go for it. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
There have been times like where I'm like, well, I just made us another t-shirt.
And I was
Kinda
like,
just-
I think I have an idea what lines on it. And so we're using
I love that so
we have
much.
that like, we're in sync so much that like it
Yeah.
works. And
Yeah.
I trust her with,
Yeah.
So yeah, I think the communication really ties into that too.
Yeah.
Well,
Especially in
and a
your
lot
line
of
of work.
times when I'm referring to people, I feel like that's an extension of my brain.
It
Yeah.
is. It
I'm
is.
putting my stamp on
Yes.
that person. I expect
Yes.
them to show up on time,
Yes.
communicate well, look professional,
Yep.
Yeah.
be pleasant, have fun.
Fair point for sure.
Yeah, and I feel like, well, I know that for our wedding, oh my gosh, there were some key points that you had suggested that I can't imagine our wedding without now. Like Bella Bonita, oh my gosh, that was
Isn't she
a guest. She was a guest favorite.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was
she's so
incredible,
lovely.
and it was kind of like a last minute type of situation. I don't think that we had decided to have her until maybe 2 or 3 months before. I know that doesn't seem last minute for a wedding, but for our wedding, it was very much last minute. So we've been planning our wedding for 15 months before it.
Yeah, I remember
Right.
you telling me about it, and I was
It's
super
like,
excited.
oh my gosh,
You were
we're bringing
super
this girl
excited.
on. It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
So much. Oh my, I'm so
Oh,
giddy
that's
over it. Yeah, she was fantastic. And then, there were little things like Jennifer Stedman with my hair. Holy crap. Jennifer Short. She got married.
She did.
Yay. And now she's my hair person all the time. She's
And mine too.
Yeah, she's our hair person. We love
Yeah,
Jennifer.
we do.
My makeup lady, like everyone that you suggested, like I had no idea what I was doing. You did, and I trusted you with it, and everyone came through, and everyone was fabulous. It was so nice to just be able to hand that over. I handed I handed my decisions over to you, and then you handed your trust into those vendors.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of, yeah.
And all
just
that trust
beautiful.
and suggestions and references and collaboration has still trickled throughout your life now
I
because
know.
of all
There's
that.
some of my favorite. They were so. I felt like we just had the party vendor. Like we had the best vendors at our wedding, and it was so much fun. And and like I love that we're still in touch because there was that trust.
Right.
It was so cool.
Well, and you spend so much time with these people,
Yeah.
especially as a planner.
Yeah.
I often become friends with my couples and in
Yeah.
their life in some capacity
Yeah.
afterwards, and that's a big compliment to me that that it went past that transactional part of the relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that like kind of solidifying a lot of different and like securing a lot of different relationships for you. Because that, I mean, even if it's not just a wedding, that's a big event. Like that's a big moment of their life that you shared and helped make so beautiful.
Yes.
So I love that. It's like got to be fulfilling.
It is. Well, a couple years ago, I randomly did a lot of funeral and memorial celebrations, and one person in Alaska found me. She was from Augusta, and her mother had passed.
Oh my gosh.
And so she hired me and my team, and we put together a beautiful celebration for her. But in that, as the guests were arriving and I was telling them all of the beautiful things we had done, they were like, "Oh, honey, what side of the family are you on?"
Aww.
Because I knew such intimate details,
Yeah.
they just assumed I was a part of the family, and
Yeah.
that
Oh my
to
gosh,
me
it's amazing.
meant everything.
That's so sweet. I love that because I mean that must be a kind of a hard thing to plan, obviously,
Right.
for anybody.
Yeah.
So to have someone take that over is like,
oh, what a
relief
godsend.
that would be, and
Yes.
someone with such a
Yeah.
big heart like you and such a good creative mind. I
Yeah.
can only imagine
It's
how
a
that
huge
went.
compliment for people.
Yeah.
People trust me with their memories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
that's
that's
huge.
Yes.
True.
We just pulled it out. Okay, now we're gonna transition into bringing your hubsies into this thing. So how did that philosophy of working with people that you trust, being not such a non-negotiable, eventually lead you to building something with Tony?
So when we branded Vu Events, it was honestly his idea. I had been working with another event planner in her company, and really just it was time to have something of my own. And unfortunately, I'd always had people in my life and been in relationships where they're like, "Oh, your little hobby." It was never
Oh my gosh.
supportive and beautiful.
Yes.
And Tony is
So
complete opposite of
frustrating.
that. And
I get that.
it was actually driving out with Justin Casanova, our photographer,
Yeah,
to our
yeah.
engagement photos. And Tony was like, "Hey, Justin, Jovana needs to brand her event planning company." So literally we planned it on the drive out.
I love
Yes.
that.
And then they like bullied me into like making it happen. I'm like,
Oh my
okay. So it's kind of that spark, that
Yeah.
moment turned into Vu Events.
And you fed the fire.
But in that,
I love it.
I would have
In a
loved
good
for
way.
him to jump in at that moment and be a wedding DJ.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
he was club DJ, corporate. He really loves to do like after proms and that kind of thing. And weddings just weren't something he was very interested in. Like he'd done them for friends and family, but
Yeah, of course.
I think it carries such a heavy responsibility that he was worried he would let someone down, or he just kind of stayed away from that, and I wasn't going to make him do something.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Like I didn't want to be like, "Oh, you have to." So I just patiently waited.
Yes.
Until some of his other DJ friends are like, "Hey, when are we going to start a DJ crew for Vu Events?"
Oh, cool.
So they started
organic.
bringing that. Yes.
Awesome.
And so we have collaborated on some weddings in this past year where him and Ace, one of the other DJs that he works closely with, did the DJ, sound, lights, all of that. And then I did the planning.
I love it.
And
Love
so
it, of
those
course.
were all amazing. And we had a really good time. And so that is kind of transitioning now into we're going to be offering packages on the website. With DJ, we're going to be able to take you from the planning to the party.
Perfect.
So event
I
planning
like
and
it.
DJ services,
Perfect.
you can also still book us both individually, but
Yeah.
weddings are expensive. And if you can save a little money and
Yeah.
get two of your core vendors,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's huge.
And
So
you guys
huge.
will most likely have the same like life events happening, and so you'll
Exactly.
have the same schedule.
exactly.
That's ideal.
So nice.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, this kind of goes like, so he's bringing DJing to the table. What about this karaoke chirping? What is
So,
this?
some of their weddings in the future keep asking for karaoke.
Okay.
And
Of course.
We host karaoke at our house, so we have
Yes.
a whole karaoke set up in our
Love
basement.
those
Oh my
things.
goodness.
So that is a very big part of our lives and our friends' lives.
gosh.
And so because these couples kept asking for it, Tony did the research and he saw into all the tech stuff and was like, I'm just going to order all the stuff. So now he has a rolling karaoke setup that we can do for any event.
Oh, I love that.
So you could add it to a wedding, you could add it to a birthday party, you could add it to a corporate event. We have a few key pieces that they still need to get, but
Yeah.
I would say by the end of this month, hopefully we'll be able to start testing it out.
Oh my gosh, that's so exciting.
Yeah, it'll be really fun.
Oh, that's so
Let us
crazy.
know
I
if you
love
need
it.
help testing
Yes, I will Taylor
Yes,
Swift you
I
to
think,
death.
I think
God.
we might host it at our house, but use his
Yeah,
new setup and just see how
that's
it
such a
works.
perfect testing ground for
Yeah.
sure. And the last time that we went to your house for karaoke, that was so much fun.
It's a
oh
blast.
my gosh, I loved it. There was a time when we were singing the Toast in Hamilton. We sang the whole. Oh my gosh, it was just off the cuff. Like we're like, oh well, we're doing this. It was so much fun, so much fun. Let's talk about like protecting your relationship. So what are there certain boundaries that you guys are like making sure that you keep from home and work, or like how is that working out?
So we really are planners by heart. So
Yeah.
we schedule things and are really good about
I love
protecting
that so
time.
much.
So we have intentional date nights and spontaneous date nights.
Yes.
But also we have my son every other week. So we try and be really intentional about client meetings as well as not taking weddings on every single weekend that we have him, because we don't want to have to sacrifice that time with him.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
So if you don't have balance, you will have burnout. So
Oh,
we
yeah.
try
That
to
is
be,
so true.
I mean, it happens sometimes, but we try and be as good about that as possible.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect. I love that. So you guys are. It's very much more of a. You guys very intentional.
Yes.
Versus power couple, which is like power couple. Nothing against the whole power couple thing, but doing things with intention and
Yes.
like not so much of a hustle culture type of thing. But I love that
No.
you brought up like the boundaries and the burnout type of thing. It's
Yeah, definitely.
So
I
key.
mean, there is that time where it's like, okay, like no work talk. You know?
yeah,
Like,
you're still a married couple, you know.
yeah, like Jen and I even, we like have to make sure, like, hey, if course we end up
We're
kind of
friends
talking about
first.
stuff, but we need to have a hangout that's not just us recording. Like,
Yeah.
This is not the reason, this podcast wouldn't happen without our friendship, so we need to go do things together.
Yeah,
I mean,
Just
it's-
friend thing.
And remember
Yeah.
why you
Yes.
like spending time together.
Yeah.
Well, I think when him and I were both younger, we both did that hustle.
Yeah.
So he's a banker by day, and then he also was a cheer coach for a long time. So he would work at the bank, coach for cheer, and then go DJ that same day, like
Oh
that
my
evening.
gosh.
And then
What a mix of a life. I love
I
it.
was working and going to school, and then
Yeah.
I did promotional modeling in the bars,
Yeah.
and literally worked every weekend for like 10 years.
Oh
So
my goodness.
and I think we did that and got burnt out on it. And
Yes.
so now we're way more intentional and grown up about how we choose to spend our time.
Good, good. Well, that's just so much better for you too. Oh man, I know the weeks. There are weeks where it has to be like that for sure, but it's nice.
Yeah.
You got to spread it out. There's got to be at least a day or an evening every
Yes.
2 weeks that you
Well,
can just.
Our philosophy has always been 100-100. So I know some people say 50-50, but it's 100-100, but sometimes I can only give 20.
Yep.
So he's got
So
the
he's,
80.
yes,
He's gotta
and,
fill up the
and
80.
we know and jump in, whether it's making dinner
Yes.
or doing something with Landry with school or housework.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, we really try and take care of each other so
I
that we
love
can
that.
both show up in the best way possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say 20 is my 100 today, honey. sometimes
Yes.
it's just that way.
But then sometimes, like, if he gives the 80 that you need, then it kind of brings your 20 up to like just having that positive energy and that
Right.
me and Jen do that all the
Feeling
time.
Yeah.
love and support.
Yeah, it puts you back up to like a 40 or,
Yeah.
and then you're like, okay. And then you're both able to give even more. I love that.
Well, then you know you're in it together. You're not by
Yes,
yourself. And I
yes.
feel like that makes a world of difference
It
no matter
does.
what you're facing in your personal or your professional life.
I know
so
it's corny, but teamwork.
Makes the
everybody-
dream work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes,
Makes
it's
the
true.
dream work for sure.
So have you guys like has this started going? Have you guys done an event together yet? Like has this like gone into fruition?
So we have, without like announcing, like we've offered
Nice.
this package, to a couple brides last year, and we have a rave review. So actually, one of them
I'm sure.
during her wedding was like, "They're such a vibe. I want to book them for this event I have in December." And I was like, "Oh, that's great. I'll follow up with you next week." No, the next day she was like, "Blowing up her phone.
Let's do this.
Like, I need the contract. I want to book them," which that speaks volumes for
that
them.
is,
I love
yeah.
But yes, we've done those, and then we're updating the website right now.
Yes,
and I have
yes.
some really fun collateral that I'm going to have out soon, and so we'll fully launch and then kind of prepare for what happens next.
Ooh,
Gosh,
I'm
that is
excited.
so huge.
Gosh.
That's so exciting.
Oh yeah, you're gonna just get swarmed. I can picture
Yeah.
it now. I'm gonna have to book you out. Let's see.
Yeah.
I'm not getting married yet, but I may as well put you on the books.
Does somebody have a
Thanks.
birthday soon?
Oh, you're right. Yes, I was thinking like 13 going on 30.
Yes, I love that.
Sounds like a
Thank
good
you so
opportunity for karaoke.
Yeah.
Honestly, it kinda
Oh my
does.
gosh, yes. We need pink boas.
Okay. I know a planner. Give me a theme, girl.
Just some open ideas.
So we're definitely planning this.
Oh gosh.
It's gonna be so much fun.
We shall see.
So what do you think that people misunderstand most about working with someone you love, in your opinion?
I feel like it's still a business relationship.
Yeah. Yeah.
So any difficulties you may have when it comes to just work-life balance at home, you don't want to bring into that business. So
Absolutely.
being
Yeah.
respectful of how they run their business,
Yes.
how they want to show up for their clients.
Yeah.
I know often when we're meeting, there are times where I want to, like, as a DJ, when he's talking to them, I would be like, no, don't say that, don't ask. But
Yeah.
that's how he works. That's how he gets to know the clients.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that's not how I would do it, or the questions that I feel like need to be asked.
Yeah.
But like, you really need people to be able to show up as themselves, because that's why you
Yes,
picked them in the
yes,
first place.
yes.
Yes, I love
Then-
that. That's very, very,
Yeah.
very respectful too of your person, whether you're in a whatever type of relationship, you know.
Yeah.
And that's what part of why I love Jen so much. She lets me show up with who I am and how I am, and it like doesn't double guess. She helps me not double question my speech patterns, or if I shouldn't have said that way, or whatever.
Right.
Just like
no, just be yourself.
Be yourself.
That's the beauty of you, Rachel.
And then I
is
think
how
that
you are.
in turn does make you and your partner more successful and stronger
Mm-hmm.
even, and then makes like, you know, it just amps up both of your guys' confidence
Right.
in your own selves, whether it's
Well,
business or relationship.
And you blend together. You have strengths in different areas or knowledge. Like, he has
Exactly.
so much music knowledge. If they like talk about a certain genre of music or whatever, he's like calling out names of songs and artists, and I'm like,
Yes.
I have no idea. I would not be able to help with this.
It's your area.
Right. And it's just so
Yeah.
nice, and it's fun. I feel like when you're that close proximity to someone you love and they're doing what they love, to
Yeah.
watch them light up.
Yes.
And
Oh,
get
yeah.
so excited, or
I
watch
love
them
that.
in action during the event,
Yeah.
and just see this crowd just vibing off of them, and
Yeah.
that
Oh,
makes me
that's-
I
very
love that.
proud.
Do you
Like, so
do
proud.
you still find yourself seeing like new aspects in different, like at different times with him, you know?
Oh, yeah,
of course.
totally.
I bet that's just so fun too, and you're gonna continue seeing those with each different event.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
Well, and he's kind of growing into a new industry.
Yeah.
So it's fun to watch him
yeah.
kind of own weddings in his own way.
Yeah,
Because I
yeah.
don't feel like, because it's always two DJs. So you kind of get an MC and a DJ.
Uh-huh.
So you have this crowd interaction that I don't feel like some DJs are able to offer.
Yeah.
And it's just a new perspective. And there's not every client's going to fit that, but the clients that we want to work with are going to fit that.
Yeah. I love
Yeah.
that.
Well, it's very much like your vibe attracts your tribe. We were talking about that.
Yes,
I think
totally.
before this, I can't remember if it was before we started recording or like during, but yeah, we were very much talking about that kind of thing before this.
Yeah.
Right.
We attract the people that I feel like you should be, you know, organically attracting the people that you vibe the most with.
Exactly.
Right, you know?
When
And
you
I
are
love that.
yourself, and
When
when you
you're
are
yourself,
around people
yes.
that support you for being who you are, because
Yes.
you chose that person anyways.
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly.
for that
So
reason.
Your people that love you are probably also going to love him because you love him.
Yeah.
So it translates. It's
Yeah.
wonderful. So what is something about working together that hits different than doing it alone?
I feel like when you've been with somebody so long and you're kind of on the same page and everything, he will make decisions that help me without me even knowing that he's
Yeah.
doing that, or maybe he needed to change the timeline,
Yeah.
but I wasn't even a part of the conversation.
Uh-huh.
But because he knows me so well, like, he's
Like,
making it in the best interest of everybody.
Trust again.
Yes.
Yeah, it's that trust.
And how
Yeah.
nice for someone to do that for you every now and then, because you do that for
I
people when you're
know,
doing the
it's
events
so
all the
true.
time.
Yeah.
So, and then my team has just expanded.
Yes, I love that.
Yeah.
And the fact that his friends want to be involved in this, I feel like says a lot about him and I as a couple,
Yeah.
and just our business relationship.
Yeah,
When
fair.
people are asking to work for us and work with us,
Yeah.
in that capacity.
Yeah, because that means they see you guys as a stronghold and something to trust and something
Yeah.
that they want to be a part
And
of.
they want that brand to be associated with them. Which,
Yes.
like, what a compliment.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's huge.
that is huge. Oh
I
my
love that.
gosh. Yes. So looking ahead, what do you see happening this year for VU events?
I see us being very busy.
Yes.
So
get
I'm
that.
hoping that we do a lot of collaborations, but I also have a desire to be in other areas other than just weddings. So
Yes.
I kind of put
Yes.
that out into the universe last year. Now I get to work with Digital Wichita.
Yes.
And
Yes.
that's
I love that
huge.
so much.
So that's really just expanding and growing. I have a pretty large team, and I do have at least one person stepping into a lead position. So now we will be able to take more events.
Ooh, okay.
Because before I kind of was the only lead, and
Yeah.
so we would have to turn a lot of events away. And so now I push somebody out of the bird nest, and
Ooh.
Oh, I
she's
love
more
that.
than capable.
I love
Flapping
that.
her wings.
And so I hope to foster a few more people that feel confident in that, and then grow our team even more to give people those opportunities.
I love that. That's exciting.
That is so huge. That is
Yeah.
incredible. Congrats on that.
Thank
That
you
is
so
that is
much.
a massive.
It's a big accomplishment
yes.
too. Like, I wonder how long, all the training, how long did that go on?
So a lot of these people have been with me for like 8 years.
Okay.
And so I feel very confident
Yay.
that they know how I think and how I run an event. And I leave them often, sometimes with ceremony and reception in different locations. You have to trust that they're going to do what you need them to do.
Yes.
To
yes.
get that done, and I
Yes.
fully trust my team, and probably will be looking to add a few new team members this year. I often offer a mentorship program for
Oh,
people that want to get
great.
into the industry.
Yeah.
That sounds
So I have a
exciting.
whole program laid out that I've done several times, and once they finish that, they earn a paid position in the company.
Wow.
Love it.
That is
Yeah.
incredible. I'm so
Ooh.
excited for you. That is-
Thank you.
Man, that is just so
It's going to be a
cool.
great year.
What is a dream collaboration that you're kind of excited about besides Tony coming on?
So I want to travel.
Yes.
Yes. I want to do weddings in beautiful places
Yes.
around the world.
Fun.
I want to be able to do different events in different states here in the United States. Like that is really a desire of mine. So I'm hoping that we can make that happen. Maybe not this year, maybe next.
Yeah.
But I
That
really
would
just
be
kind of
so
want to
big.
open myself up
Gosh,
to
that would be
those
so cool.
opportunities
I
and
love
just
that
have that
idea.
experience. And
There's so many pretty places even here in the States that,
Right.
gosh. And to be able to mix both of those things, get to travel and work and be making money.
Right.
Oh, that's a dream right there. Oh my gosh. Well, I will definitely be thinking high hopes for you. I know you can do it. I'm also like, invite me. I have my passport.
like Italy is up there as like a dream location.
Oh my
Yes.
God,
I want
yes.
pasta in Italy.
Yes.
So bad.
So I feel like we can do a rapid fire round.
Okay.
Okay.
This is where I'm just gonna ask you 3 things. You just complete the sentence as quickly as you can.
Okay.
All right. 1 word to describe collaboration in your mind.
Creativity.
I love it. 1 word to describe working with your partner.
Peace.
Ooh, that's a good
Oh,
one.
a good one. 1 word to describe the perfect event night.
It has an echo.
An echo. Oh.
So I went to a hospitality conference, and they had this amazing food and beverage presentation, and in that they talked about how every event has an echo.
I love that.
Oh my
So that is what
gosh.
people take with them.
Yes.
And what does that echo sound like? What does it look like? What does it
What
smell
does it feel like?
Oh
Yes.
my gosh.
Oh, I
And so
love
I've really been holding on to that as like,
Yes.
what is the echo this event will have?
I love that. It's like a different word for memory.
Yeah.
A memory, a moment, echo that you carry with you. I love it.
Yes. The echo. Oh my gosh.
Echo.
Yeah. I mean, we're still talking about my wedding. We talk about it all the time.
We do.
Like it's like it was a topic at brunch today again.
Oh, I
like
love that.
It's
Yeah.
crazy. It's such an interesting thing that it comes up all the time. It was such a
Right.
beautiful day, and it was such a beautiful day. It was such a beautiful. The whole thing.
Yeah, and it was like Tim
incredible.
that brought it up too. It wasn't even us.
Oh,
talking
yeah,
about it.
yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, and you guys were so intentional with so many things
Yeah.
in your day that I feel
Yes.
like it is
Everything was a
memory worthy because
Yeah.
Yes.
not everything has to be the exact same that's on Pinterest. Like when you pull personal and unique stories that are part of your love story that's what I specialize in, and that's
Yeah.
what I feel like really makes those memories hang on for people.
Yeah.
Because when they walk in and see something, they're like, oh my gosh, that's so them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like that's
yes.
what it should be.
That's
for
what it should
celebrating
be,
your
exactly.
love story.
Yes. Day it still feels like the best day and night ever. It was the
Right.
best day and night. I was sick. I don't care. It was
Oh
the
my
best day and night ever.
You poor thing.
Oh my gosh. Everyone
So-
was sick.
The whole bride, like
Right. Except
all
me.
the bridesmaids,
Yeah.
like all the bridesmaids, we ended up sick for.
Oh my gosh, I know.
so bad.
I was upstairs,
It
like,
was so
like
good.
leaning on Dawn at the after
Oh,
party.
she was the best. Freaking Dawn, I love her so
my
much.
goodness.
My gosh, so we blew through this.
Yeah, we did.
It has been a beautiful thing. Thank you so. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for being on.
Yes,
the
we're
podcast.
honored to have your brand supporting our brand and vice
I
versa.
love it
Right.
so
So
much.
that speaks
It's so
volumes, like you
perfect.
were saying, that you want to be associated with our brand and we want to be
Yes.
associated with yours.
I love it
I
so
love it.
much.
Collaboration.
Yes, collaboration.
All the collabs.
Yes.
And of course, thank you to Heather and to Grow for letting us be in this
Yes.
beautiful
Cheers
space
to
today.
that.
Cheers to
Yes,
that.
cheers
so hard.
to Grow, cheers to Vu, cheers to our merch. We are wearing it.
Yes.
So if you can't read it, or if you're just listening, our shirts say "uncorked and slightly unhinged."
I was like, wait, let me read it.
Uncorked and slightly unhinged.
Yes.
These-
I love it.
I'm wearing the tank top.
I'm wearing the t-shirt. It's a t-shirt. We have hoodies. We
I know,
have
the
V-necks.
I know.
And we also have another line that's called "Messy as My Polish." It's "Messy as My Polish," and with that line, 10% of the profits of the t-shirt line will go to Ballet Witch Shop.
Yes.
We
thank
love
you.
Ballet Witch
Woo-hoo.
Shop.
So support
So-
Ballet Wichita, support us, and just get an awesome shirt.
Just get an awesome shirt, "Messy as My Polish," or "Uncorked and Slightly Unhinged." However you're feeling, or both.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing.
They're good quality. They feel really nice, like good quality,
Yeah.
thick but not too thick. I like them.
Perfect.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
they
come
look
in a lot
wonderful.
of different styles and a lot of different durabilities. So I'm just, yeah, it's
I'm
just
excited.
been a lot of fun.
I want more now. We can wear them every day of the week.
Oh my gosh!
Right?
Yeah.
I know. I have a hoodie in this one too. I got myself a hoodie and a t-shirt. And I think the next step is obviously "Messy as My Polish."
Yes.
But yeah, so here we are. We're doing the damn thing,
Yes.
and we're launching merch.
We're doing it all. We're doing it all. And
All
then,
the
of
things.
course, we're going to have. Is there anything else you would like to plug before we close
Yeah.
out?
Not really. By the time this airs, our website should be up and all the new things loaded. So please check out Vu Event Planning on all socials.
Perfect.
Nice.
Do
Give us a
event
follow.
planning.
Will
Yes.
do. And then what is your website?
It's vueventplanning.com.
Okay.
Perfect.
Easy.
Okay, there we have it. Oh my gosh. So you guys follow Vu Event Planning.
And of course, us.
And of course, subscribe, share. Hey, we would like some reviews too if you feel so obligated. It would be
Ooh, yes.
wonderful to review our podcast. That way we can share what you say in social posts.
Yes, please do. And buy merch. And I guess cheers. So this happened episode
So this
33.
happened episode
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you guys so much.